Superior Court of the State of California for the County of Los Angeles, Gregg Rocky Brooks, the plaintiff, versus John C. Depp, an individual, Miriam Siegel, an individual, Brad Furman, an individual, Good Film Productions, U.S. Incorporated, a New York corporation, Infinitum Nihil, a Californian corporation. Case number BC713123. Complaint for damages. Number 1, assault and battery. Number 2, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Number 3, negligence. Number 4, negligence, respondent superior. Number 5, negligent hiring and retention of unfit employee. Number 6, negligent supervision of employee. Number 7, hostile work environment. Number 8, wrongful termination in violation of public policy. Number 9, retaliation. Number 10, negligent infliction of emotional distress. Plaintiff Gregg Rocky Brooks brings this complaint against defendants John C. Depp, Miriam Siegel, Brad Furman, Good Film Productions, U.S. Incorporated, Infinitum Nihil, and DOES 1-50, inclusive based upon the following allegations. This court has jurisdiction over this action and defendants pursuant to California Code of Civil Procedure to the tune of $410.10. This is a civil action wherein the matter in controversy exclusive of interests and costs exceeds the jurisdictional minimum of the court. General allegations. In 2017, plaintiff was retained as location manager for the feature film Labyrinth, aka City of Lies by Good Films. At all times relevant herein, Siegel is one of the producers of Labyrinth and the founding manager of Good Films. At all times relevant herein, Good Films is one of the production companies responsible for the production of City of Lies. At all times relevant herein, Furman, Brad, was the director of City of Lies. At all times relevant herein, Depp, Johnny, was one of the stars of City of Lies and director for the production company Infinitum Nihil. At all times relevant herein, Infinitum was one of the production companies responsible for the production of City of Lies. On or about April 13th, 2017, City of Lies is filming in downtown Los Angeles, inside and around the Barclay Hotel. Filming permits were obtained from the Film, LA, and Contract Services, allowing filming from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. The permits provided that filming outside the Barclay was to end at 7 p.m. and filming inside the Barclay was to end at 10 p.m. As location manager, it was plaintiff's responsibility to make sure the production was complying with the permit requirements and to liaise with Film LA if any issues arose. Siegel approached plaintiff and requested he try and extend the hours of the permit in order to accommodate the needs of production and to accommodate Depp, who wanted to direct two friends in an expanded version of a scene previously scheduled for that day. Plaintiff and Siegel then approached the Film LA site monitor, Jason Gonay, to discuss the needs of production and parameters of the permit extension. After reviewing all of Siegel's need for production, the Film LA permit office was now contacted and the first permit extension of the night was now granted. As filming continued, it became apparent that the additional time was needed, and Siegel again requested plaintiff obtain a permit extension. Plaintiff and Gonay again contacted the Film LA permit office and were granted a final extension for the filming. The new filming permits were set to expire at 11 p.m. outside the Barclay, and at 12 a.m. inside the Barclay. At approximately 10:50 p.m., Gonay asked plaintiff to inform the first AD, Paul Silver, that time is running out, and that the current shot would have to be the last exterior shot of the night. While plaintiff was relaying the information regarding the last shot to the first AD, Furman interjected, instructing plaintiff, "Why don't you tell that to Johnny Depp?" Furman did this knowing that Depp would not be happy about the restriction. Depp was not the director on City of Lies, and therefore was no reason for plaintiff to directly notify Depp of filming restrictions. Furthermore, based on custom and practice on movie productions, Furman should never have instructed plaintiff to speak with or give instruction to Depp regarding production matters. Plaintiff, feeling he had no choice but to do as he was instructed, agreed to relay the message to Depp. However, knowing Depp may become upset, feeling the need to protect himself, plaintiff started approaching the nearby on-set LAPD officer Jim Big Rig to get his assistance in relaying the message to Depp. Before plaintiff could reach the LAPD officer, Depp accosted plaintiff and began attacking him, angrily screaming in his face, "Who the fuck are you? You have no right to tell me what to do." Plaintiff remained calm and professional, explained who he was and that as location manager it was his responsibility to make sure the production complied with the permit requirements. The altercation continued with Depp screaming, "I don't give a fuck who you are, and you can't tell me what to do." At the same time, while screaming at plaintiff, Depp angrily and forcefully punched plaintiff twice in the lower left side of his rib cage, causing pain. Despite having been just punched in the side, plaintiff maintained his composure when plaintiff did not react to Depp's satisfaction after being punched. Depp yelled, "I will give you $100,000 to punch me right in the face, right now. And don't tell me what it's like to be punched." Plaintiff still did not react, and Depp continued to scream and berate him in front of all the set full of people until Depp's own bodyguards physically removed Depp from the scene. Throughout the altercation, plaintiff noticed that Depp's breath reeked of alcohol. Plaintiff is informed, he believes, and thereon alleges that Depp had been drinking alcohol and using drugs throughout the day on set. On the Monday following the incident, April 16th, 2017, plaintiff returned to the production office to work on wrapping out the show. Upon arrival, plaintiff was informed that Siegel wanted him to write and sign a declaration stating that he would not sue the production. When plaintiff declined to write such a statement, his services were terminated immediately. First cause of action, assault and battery against defendant Depp. DOES 150. Plaintiff incorporates paragraphs 1 through 35 herein, the same as though fully set out in cause of action at length. On or about April 13th, 2017, as detailed above, Depp accosted plaintiff, got in his face, and proceeded to scream and berate plaintiff, placing plaintiff in fear of a harmful and offensive contact. In doing the above-alleged acts, Depp intended to threaten plaintiff and put him in apprehension of harmful contact with his person. As a result of Depp's acts, plaintiff was, in fact, placed in great apprehension of harmful contact with his person. While screaming and threatening plaintiff, Depp maliciously and forcefully punched plaintiff twice in the lower left side of his rib cage. In doing the acts alleged herein, Depp acted with the intent of making harmful contact with plaintiff's person. At no time did plaintiff consent to any of the acts of Depp alleged herein. As proximate result of Depp's acts, plaintiff suffered physical pain and emotional and psychological injury. all of which have caused and continue to cause the plaintiff psychological and emotional distress. As a result of these injuries, plaintiff has suffered general damages. Depp's aforementioned conduct was willful and malicious and was intended to oppress and cause injury to plaintiff. Plaintiff is therefore entitled to an award of punitive damages. Second cause of action, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Plaintiff incorporates paragraphs 1 through 44, herein the same as though fully set out in cause of action at length. Depp verbally, physically attacked plaintiff in front of the cast and crew of the production, berating and demeaning plaintiff for doing what Furman requested he do. Depp's conduct was intentional and malicious and done for the purpose of causing plaintiff to suffer humiliation, mental anguish, emotional and physical distress. As proximate result of Depp's yelling and demeaning and punching plaintiff, plaintiff suffered pain, severe humiliation, mental anguish, and emotional and physical distress, and has been injured in mind and body. Third cause of action, negligence. On or about April 13th, 2017, Depp negligently, carelessly, recklessly harmed plaintiff in such a manner that he placed plaintiff in an apprehension of harmful contact and caused his fist to make harmful, violent contact with the plaintiff's body. As a direct and proximate result of the negligence, careless, reckless, and unlawful conduct, Depp plaintiff suffered pain, severe humiliation, mental anguish, and emotional physical distress, and has been injured in mind and body once again. Fourth cause of action, negligent. Respondent superior against all defendants. At all times herein mentioned, Depp is an agent and employee of Good Films, Infinitum, Siegel, Furman, and in doing the acts herein described and referred to, was acting in the course and within scope of his authority as agent and employee, and in the transaction of the business of the employment or agency. Good Films, Infinitum, and Siegel and Furman are therefore liable to plaintiff for the acts of Depp as heretofore alleged. Fifth cause of action, negligent hiring and retention of unfit employee. Plaintiff is informed and believes thereon alleges that in doing the acts as here alleged, Good Films, Infinitum, and Siegel and Furman knew, or in the exercise of reasonable diligence, should have known that Depp was incompetent and unfit, that an undue risk to persons such as plaintiff would exist because of the employment. Plaintiff is informed and believes thereon alleges that Depp was under the influence of drugs and or alcohol while working on set. Plaintiff is informed and believes that thereon alleges that at all times mentioned therein, Good Films, Infinitum, Siegel, and Furman knew or, in the exercise of reasonable diligence, should have known that Depp was under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Plaintiff is further informed and believes thereon alleges that Depp has a volatile temper and becomes easily agitated and hostile towards others. And Depp posed a potential danger to other employees on set, including the plaintiff himself. Despite the advanced knowledge, Good Films, Infinitum, Siegel, and Furman retained Depp as an employee in conscious disregard for the rights and safety of others. As a result of the conscious disregard for the rights, plaintiff entitled to an award of punitive damage from Good Films, Infinitum, Siegel, and Furman. Sixth cause of action, negligent supervision of employee. Plaintiff, notwithstanding the knowledge that Depp was incompetent and unfit, that Depp posed a potential danger to the other employees on set due to his intoxication, Good Films, Infinitum, Siegel, and Furman failed to adequately supervise Depp. Had he been intoxicated on set, and he would not have attacked the plaintiff. And despite advanced knowledge, the parties allowed Depp to remain on set in conscious disregard for the rights and the safety of others. As a result of the conscious disregard for the rights of the plaintiff is entitled to an award of punitive damages from all parties. Plaintiff is informed and believes and thereon alleges that Depp's intoxication and temper created a hostile, abusive, and unsafe work environment which eventually resulted in plaintiff being assaulted by Depp during filming. The party's demand goes against public policy as it deprives individuals such as plaintiff of an important legal right. Plaintiff had a legal right to seek redress for injuries arising out of a workplace of an assault and battery through civil action. When plaintiff refused to execute any such declaration, the parties retaliated by terminating plaintiff on the spot. And as a result of Good Films, Infinitum, and Siegel, plaintiffs suffered harm, including lost earnings and other employment benefits, humiliation, and embarrassment, as well as mental anguish. With the ninth cause of action, retaliation, the discharge of an employee and retaliation for resisting employers' unlawful demands made in violation of laws that secure important public policies, disregards those policies, and gives rise to a common law action in tort. Plaintiff was now terminated for refusing to waive his legal rights after being assaulted and battered on set by another employee under defendant's control. Parties committed the acts of alleged herein oppressively, maliciously, and wrongful intention of injuring plaintiff with improper motive amounting to malice and in conscious disregard for plaintiff's rights in that Good Films, Infinitum, Siegel demanded plaintiff waive his legal right or lose his job. Thus, plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive damage from defendants. Prayer for relief, wherefore Gregg Rocky Brooks prays for judgment against John C. Depp, Miriam Siegel, Brad Furman, and Good Film Productions Incorporated, Infinitum Nihil, and each of them as follows. Number 1, for general damages to be proven at trial. Number 2, for punitive damages to be proven at trial. 3, for cost of suit herein occurred. 4, for such other and further relief as this court may deem just and proper. Dated July 5th, 2018. Baker, Olson, LaCroix, and Danielian. Arbello, Azian, attorneys for plaintiff.